The government's controversial list of critical journalists has already prompted a response. Media figures like Carmen Aristegui, Sergio Sarmiento, Adela Micha, and even Chumel Torres were quick to make their views known. In this video, I'll tell you what they said. The legal advisor to the presidency, Luisa Maria Alcalde, presented during the Derecho de Réplica segment a list of 560,520 accounts that would supposedly be part of a digital amplification network of criticism against the Fourth Transformation. It includes politicians, public figures, anonymous accounts, and especially journalists. In that sense, some of the media figures included on the list were quick to speak out and state their views. One of them was Carmen Aristegui, who said she couldn't believe what the federal government shared. She also compared these practices to some of the darkest moments in history, such as the Nazi regime, Stalin's purges, and McCarthyism in the United States.
Well, we need to stop and think. This is truly hair-raising, because the history of humanity has shown us that when a regime or a government decides to make a list, well, it has a purpose. And history has shown us that this has led to tragedies. For example, under the Nazi regime or with Stalin's lists.
For his part, Joaquín López Dóriga challenged Luisa Maria Alcalde to come to his show to explain face-to-face why, and above all, for what purpose this list was made. She recalled that President Claudia Sheinbaum herself has pointed out in the past that making lists of people critical of the government are practices of fascism.
I'd love for her to sit here. Lisa Maria, I invite you to come tomorrow and stand by this, to stand by it here, face to face, and explain why you made this list. I can't understand, while the president rejects the making of lists and calls them fascist, her legal advisor makes a list.
In the same way, Javier Alatorre expressed his outrage and described the list as an open attack on freedom of expression. The host emphasized that the role of journalists and commentators is to be on the side of the people, and that by nature, journalism is uncomfortable for those in power. She also questioned whether this was a threat, especially after Luisa Maria Alcalde pointed out during her presentation that they had these accounts well identified.
That is our job, to be on the side of the people and to report whatever is necessary and whatever affects millions of Mexicans in this country. By nature, we make the government uncomfortable, even without trying.
Even the YouTuber Chumel Torres talked about the case, and, true to his style, joked about the list. He pointed out that it seems like all journalists are included, and considered it ridiculous to think that more than 500,000 accounts are organizing in a coordinated way to badmouth the government.
Two schools of thought. One is to think, are all 560,520 accounts coordinated? Or are they doing everything for show and all of us are just talking about it? Don't you think so? This is not even!
Also, Carlos Loret de Mola talked about the topic. He stated that, from his perspective, the first step of the Fourth Transformation is to slander and single out journalists, to intimidate them through these kinds of lists. But he warned that the next step would be to weaken them financially, to try to silence them. Finally, other journalists who also came out to criticize and question the purpose of this list were Sergio Sarmiento, Hector de Maleon, and Adela Micha. What about you? Do you think exposing journalists and media is meant to intimidate critics of the Fourth Transformation? I'll read your comments. If you liked the video, don't forget to give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell.